This short clip is from my live trading room. You can engage directly with my fabulous team and me at LaDucTrading.com for all our research and trades. Or for just my daily live streams, you can access via YouTube memberships. All links are in the description. And I have up a chart of Intel. I saw this in discussion in the Club Edge member chat. I wanted to just update a little bit of what I see, what I saw, what I see. Anyway, this has been a beast. And then I want to talk a little bit about the market price targets. But for right now, just kind of showing your attention here, this red trend line on a weekly. We started talking about this when it was in the 22 handle. It was before U.S. government as venture capitalist theme came in with Trump. Anyway, I did some analysis on its book value and said we just really needed to hold this 37 level, basically 40. It's easier if I put it on a monthly, actually, to show you. There you go. So it exploded higher from 22, which was under book value, moved into this trend line, which was very important. It needed to hold 37-ish. And basically, in order to hold that, it would become a double, which is kind of a rule of thumb on these descending monthly trend lines. Anyway, long story short, I had 40 as consolidation. Many of you know that because it did a lot of dipping on occasion. It would go up to 40 and then it would come right back down and then go up above 44 and then come right back down to 35. And then it would go up and then come right back down to 37, but it was 38, but it was coming and you could see that the turn had already begun and it was consolidating, maybe aggressively, but still consolidating in that 40 neck of the woods. And it did great as my theme of U.S. government as venture capitalist, not allowed to go down, if you remember all that. All right, so I'm showing you this on a monthly, but this was when I started writing up about it, and it was a little before December. But Intel, gorgeous bounce off of its 10-week, and I always refer to swing and trend trades as being strongest if they can hold their 10-week. Even if they come back down in volatility to whatever event, earnings, macro, I don't care, some headline driven risk off event, if they close above their 10-week, they're still in play. Anyway, this bounced off its 10-week at 35 on Q. This, by the way, was December 2nd. Getting back above 37 monthly, this monthly support area, and then 40 monthly trend line resistance area, and you had to be patient. It took a few months. Anyway, this was a bullish thesis that I had that it was going to move higher. And then specifically, I was referring back into early November, December timeframe that Intel had a market cap of 190 billion, a book value of 106 billion, which was roughly 22 a share. Remember that? And it was undervalued. So it had literally doubled from 22 to 40 area, but I still said it's not done. U.S. government as venture capitalist is the theme, and it's just not going to be allowed to go down. So I went and kind of updated this theme that basically gave $53 a share based on over 200 billion worth of advanced fabs, IP and other assets on the books. And if large tier one external foundry customers such as Apple are to come on board in 2026, then we were looking more like a 2-time book value of 250 billion market cap, which was $53 a share. All right, so this is all in that kind of value rotation, but also U.S. government as venture capitalist theme. And again, the companies that are just not allowed to go down. So Intel was one of them. I updated again in January because it was doing now a lot better. And basically 40 is that digestion zone, but I still have 51 into 57.60 this year. Now, that was it. I really was kind of more conservative, but I had 57.60 this year. Obviously, we're April and Intel has moved aggressively into that $70, which is basically that 2 times when we get above a monthly trend line. It takes months, but the point is it gets above the monthly trend line, it can double. And we're really very, very close to all-time highs, the 2000 drama of all-time highs at 75.63. So because I saw some of you talking about how it came down a little bit the past few days, I wanted to zoom out and remind you of the big overarching theme. So macro, U.S. government as venture capitalist. This name is not allowed to go down persistently. Kind of like an MP, which is the rare earth. Department of Defense took a 40% stake in it, etc. Second, fundamentally, truly, it really was undervalued at $22 a share. It was a good double. Once it got to 40, it held violently a little bit from 33 to 44, but the point is it was still in play, and then it's doubling again. I'm not at all surprised to see option activity come in, and I want to show you how to look for that in case you're curious. In Slack, you can kind of search Intel and you'll get this list of stuff. If you want to just look by option flow or something I wrote about it, for example, if you want to see that's where I found and pulled forward those prior prints on Intel to show you, just screenshotted it. But here's Integromat, which is not really, that's just a tool that we're using to pull in large block option trades from provider into Slack for members for free. So it costs me money every month, but it's free for you to use. So I just wanted to remind you, have a look. And now why was I was looking at Intel because I saw the discussion going on in the member chat. Here's a large call sweep order that just came in yesterday at 9:30, $75 strikes in January of 2027 for $637,000. You do not know if they are bought or sold, but you could ask Archana or Mike to take a look at it in custom trade support. And once we get this option teller live for you, you will see it labeled as bullish or bearish, bet or hedge. So the point is, I can still see that 75 coming into view, bigger picture, but I just wanted to let you know that there are tools that we already have available for you in Slack. You can search and find some of these option flows that are of large size positions. And soon you'll have option teller, which will be even more beneficial because it will label it specifically bullish or bearish bet, bullish or bearish hedge, whether it's a delta neutral, arbitrage play, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, just wanted to update on Intel. Long story short, here is that 75.63, which is the prior high back in July of 2000. And this is looking pretty good. Big picture.
Join Club to trade with Samantha. Scan this QR code or click the link in the description.